Hello everybody, That's for Life here, bringing you guys another feed jump leak. I am really happy about this. This is for my feed jump as like a mini Christmas. So I looked at these earlier this morning, thought they were cool, and then there was some new like updates. I wanted to wait to do a video until we had like all the translations. Like I'm still waiting for some of the translations on some of the new cards over here, but I figured, I'll do it now. So guys. First and foremost, new Blue Eyes stuff. I am so happy about this, okay? For those who don't know, Blue Eyes is my favorite card from the original series. Probably, like, up in the top 3 of my favorite cards overall. More than likely, like, number 2 or number 1. It's really hard for me to rank my favorite cards. And anytime we get new Blue Eyes stuff, I kind of have, like, a little, like, fangasm. Because, oh my god, Blue Eyes. So with that all being said, I really feel like new Blue Eyes cards was unnecessary. We already got a crap ton of new stuff in that structure deck, but however, Konami seems to be obsessed with giving us nostalgia support, so yeah, we're getting more Blue Eyes cards. So first and foremost is the Guard of Blue Eyes. He's a light tuner spellcaster, level 1, 800 attack, 1300 defense. Relatively normal stats for a level 1. You can only use the second effect of him once per turn. When his card is normal summoned, you can special summon a level 1 tuner monster from your hand. Now, funnily enough, that you can do that multiple times. So, like, if you have like double summon or something, you can just get out 4 monsters real easily. Once per turn, you can target one effect monster you control, send it to the graveyard, and if you do, special summon a Blue Eyes monster from your hand. The nice thing about this is that, like, let's say you normal summon him, special summon Maiden, use his effect, target Maiden, Maiden will trigger, getting you a Blue Eyes from your deck or graveyard, and he will get you a Blue Eyes monster from your hand. Now, he is a pretty good card, but however, sadly, you gotta have Blue Eyes in your hand. But however, this is also good because, I'll be honest, Blue Eyes clogs hands really easily, and it's kind of annoying. So this is another way to get Blue Eyes out of your hand and onto the field, and it's really nice, and it's any Blue Eyes monster, and that will be very important later on whenever we see some more to support. Now, if I'm right, you cannot use this on one of the guards, so you can't like special summon another Eyes of Blue monster because they aren't of blue eyes, which is sad. Although I believe Maiden in Japan was called like Blue-Eyed Maiden or something like that. So I don't know if she's technically part of like a Blue Eyes or not. So Sage with Eyes of Blue. Now, obviously, though, Maiden isn't Eyes of Blue, but however, Sage Knight with Eyes of Blue. I thought it was a Sage. He's another level 1. All the new, except for that dragon dude, are level 1 tuner spellcasters. This guy is 0 attack, 1500 defense. Not bad on the defense, but however, that 0 attack, especially since you want to normal summon him to get his effect, you don't really want to set him, I guess. And when this card is normal summon, you can add a level 1 light tuner monster from your deck to your hand and set himself. Now, that is really, really good just off of that. Guys, freaking effect filler is now searchable. Although I think it already was with like Where Art Thou or something. So yeah, that is really stupid. That also tutors pretty much the entire deck. You can discard this card and target one effect monster you control, send it to graveyard, and introduce special summon a Blue Eyes monster from your deck. That is also really good. And again, it triggers Maiden, and bang, you get 2 Blue Eyes. Now, obviously, you can also use it on the others, and that'll make it to where you don't have a crappy attack point and defense level 1 monster out on the field, which is really nice as well. Although, obviously, you mainly want to use this with either Maiden or Priestess. I can't remember Priestess's effect right off the top of my head. I just remember she was not as good as Maiden. Yeah. However, still, really good card effect. Out of these two, I think he is the better, but however, I still do like this guy as well. And then we have White Spirit Dragon. It kind of looks like a younger Blue Eyes. Like, honestly, that's what it looks like to me. He's a level 8, 2500, 2000. This card's name is always treated as a Blue Eyes card. I don't know why they don't just call it like Blue Eyes White Spirit or something. But hey, whatever. If this card is in your hand or graveyard, it is treated as a normal monster. That is really good right there because that allows you to use it with stuff like Soul Resurrection, Swing of Memories. think the trap card is Soul Resurrection. I can't remember the name of it off the top of my head aside from that. Um, but however, it allows you to use all the normal monster support out there, and there is a lot, and it also allows you to use Silver Scry and stuff like that. When this card is normal or spell summon, you can target a spell or trap card on the field that your opponent controls, destroy it. Then, during either player's turn, if the opponent controls a monster, you contribute this card, spell summon a Blue Eyes White Dragon from your hand. Now, some people have been calling this bad. I think it's good because it allows you to dodge stuff like Bottomless. It doesn't let you. Oh yeah, 101, stuff like that. Castell. It allows you to dodge cards like that. Obviously, it can't dodge everything, and your opponent does have to have a monster out on field, but it can still dodge quite a bit. The sad thing is that you do have to summon a Blue Eyes White Dragon from your hand, and it can't be summoned from the deck or the graveyard or anything, and you're not always going to have Blue Eyes in your hand, which isn't really all that great. Now onto the new Synchro. This thing looks really cool. I love the artwork of it. This thing is called Blue Eyes Spirit Dragon. I guess that's why they didn't call this guy a Blue Eyes monster in the actual name, but they could have easily just called it something else. He's a light level 9 dragon type synchro monster, 1 tuner plus 1 or more non-tuner Blue Eyes monsters. Neither player can spell summon 2 or more monsters at once. So you can't go. So like if you're doing against Heraldics, they can't activate their crap. I'm forgetting the name of it, which really sucks because that's like one of my favorite decks ever. Heraldic something. You can't. Your opponent can't pendulum summon. You can't pendulum summon. Well, you could technically still pendulum summon for one, but you can't do it like multiple times, like more than one. This is a really good card, and I feel like Konami is going to have to really kind of do this for more non-pendulum based archetypes because they have such a hard time keeping up with pendulum archetypes. I have seen so many, like basically once the pendulum storm comes over here to the TCG, which isn't going to take much longer, most non-pendulum archetypes are going to have a really hard time keeping up with them unless they have something that either slows down the pendulum archetypes or that speeds them up by an absurd amount, which is why Cosmo is still probably going to be a really good deck even after all the new crazy, stupidly good pendulum stuff comes out. Same thing with a few other super fast decks. But this right here, just that alone makes this guy good, meta-wise. And then once per turn, when the effect of a card in the graveyard activates, you can negate that activation. That is also really good. That stops so much stuff. I wish it just, I wish it didn't say once per turn and it was just a blanket. Your opponent cannot activate cards in their graveyard. But however, the fact that it is once per turn, that's still really good. It is chainable, and you can stop stuff like I think it could stop Necrogarna, but it could stop the ships and Cosmo. It can stop the Perform Mages, or at least the ones that activate Engrave, stuff like that. And then during your player's turn, you contribute this Synchro Summon card, special summon a Dragon-type Light Synchro monster from your extra deck in face-up defense position, except himself. That monster is destroyed during the end phase of this turn. Now, obviously, it's supposed to be used with Azure Eyes, and Azure Eyes, if you guys don't know, can't be destroyed by battle or by card effects until the end of the following turn, whenever it is special summon. So obviously, during your opponent's end phase or something, you tribute him off, special summon Azure Eyes, and then he can't be killed. Next standby phase, oh hey, look at that, I get a free Blue Eyes from my graveyard. That is really, really good, and I can see this guy being really powerful. I can't wait to test out all this new Blue Eyes stuff, honestly. Then we got a new DDD Synchro. It's about time this deck got a new Synchro. We've been stuck with Alexander as the one Synchro for so long, and we finally get another one. Now, when I first looked at this guy, I noticed that he was level 8, and the only tuner that I was aware of whenever I first went over this stuff was Night Howling, but we are getting another tuner over here. So that is really nice because it's kind of hard to make this guy who's a level 8 with Night Howling because he's a level 3, and most of the DDs you're going to be tuning with are level 4 or 3. So you can only use the first effect of him once per turn. This is DDD Cursed Blood King Siegfried. Of course, they're going to cut out all this and just call him DDD King Siegfried over here. I've noticed that that's what Konami has been doing with the naming, and it's kind of annoying. So he's level 8, 2000 attack, 2200 defense, really powerful synchro. You can only use the first effect once per turn. During your opponent's turn, you can target one face-up spell trap card on the field and negate its effects until the next standby phase. So that is really good. Whenever I first read them this morning, they mistranslated it to where it could only negate your own stuff, which I thought was kind of bad because it didn't really make any sense. I mean, okay, yeah, sure, I draw and then you'd have to quickly chain, or you'd have to chain to one of your own DDD or your dark contracts, but you don't really want to do that very often, especially if it's like a gate or something. So the fact that this guy is basically a Sheehan, he can stop Dark Hole, he can stop MST, he can stop any of the field spell, he can stop any spell trap cards. This is really, really good. He's not completely a Sheehan because he does not destroy it, so therefore he can stop continuous spells and field spells effects for that turn, but he can't negate and destroy it. Because that's not what he's doing. He's not negating the spell card from activating. He's just merely negating its effects. Still, really good card. He also stops traps. I don't know how many of them I would play because DDDs are one of those decks where they have so many good cards, and it's like you want to play all of them, but it's really hard to fit everything in. So I don't know how many of those guys I would play, but I'd definitely play at least one. Oh yeah, and he's got another effect that I almost forgot about. When this card is destroyed by battle or by card effect and sent to the graveyard, gain 1,000 life points for its dark contract card you control. Which means at max you could gain 5,000, but on average you're going to gain 2 to 3, which is still really freaking good. Again, I just absolutely love this card. He's 2,800. I'm just mainly happy that we finally got another freaking synchro. Then we got DD Orthros. He's kind of like Cerberus. He's even got Cerberus' stats, but flip flopped. And also he has 3 lower scales than Cerberus. He's a level 4 Dark Fiend Pendulum effect monster. His Pendulum effect is once per turn you can target a spell trap card on the field and one other DD or Dark Contract card you control, destroy them. This is nice because you can pop one spell trap card on your opponent's side of the field and any DD or Dark Contract you control. So like let's say your opponent breakthrough skill to your Lilith or something, and your opponent has, I don't know, a pendulum skill they have that you don't want them to have. So you just target a pendulum skill, target your Lilith, pop them both, and oh hey, look at that, you don't have a level 4 with 100 attack and face up attack position anymore. You can also use that to dodge some other stuff, and that is really nice. I don't think I'd play him though, honestly. Now, his monster effect is when you take damage, you can spell summon this card from your hand. During a turn in which this card is spell summoned, you cannot spell summon monsters except for fiend type monsters. Again, I really don't see myself playing this guy. Yes, his pendulum effect is nice, but however, he really just doesn't do much that the deck can already do just fine. Sure, you can spell summon him if you take damage, which I guess could save you from getting LTK'd or something. But generally speaking, when you're going to be doing that is when you're going to be taking damage from your dark contracts, and oh hey, you can just pendulum summon him anyways. So I just really don't see this guy being very useful. Maybe I'm completely misthinking this, but I just really don't see him being useful. Next up is DD Lilith. No, wait, sorry, not Lilith. Lamia. Still had Lilith on the brain. First of all, this thing just looks weird. I've never seen a picture of a Lamia with like rose petals for arms and hair, and it just looks really strange. You can only use the effect of DD Lamia once per turn. It is a level 1 Dark Tuner with 100 attack and 1900 defense. So that defense is pretty good, actually. Most normal summonable monsters cannot get over that. So if you know you're doing against a slower deck, you can just set it, and hopefully you won't have that bad of a hand. So if this card is in your hand or graveyard, you can send one DD except herself, or Dark Contract card from your hand or face up on your side of the field to the graveyard, spell summon this card. If spell summon this way, it is banished when it leaves the field. That is really, really good, and I hate it how it gets banished. It's kind of annoying, but they gotta do something to keep it in check. So the next up is DD Rebuild, continuous trap card. We don't see... I'm trying to see like what's on there, and I think that's Pendragon over there. I think that's Lilith. Can't really tell. I hate how fuzzy this card art looks, but oh well. That's just the picture. So, Dark Contract cards in your spell and trap cards cannot be destroyed by your opponent's card effects. That is really freaking nice. And I just noticed that this is not a Dark Contract, which is interesting. So your opponent can't amnesty your dark contracts, which is really freaking annoying. So yeah, I'm gonna try and fit room into the deck for this because it's just that good just for that effect right there. But it has another effect. You can banish this card from your graveyard and target up to 3 of your other banished DD cards, return them to the deck. Notice how it says cards, not monsters or anything. So you could, theoretically, target another copy of this that was banished earlier and put it back into your deck. That is really good. This, well, not just for that right there, but however, being able to recycle your banished DDs is really, really good. And honestly, that has been something that I really have not really liked about the deck very much, is that if your stuff gets banished, you had no way to really recur it very easily, or if any at all, really. So this giving you the ability to recur at least up to 3 of your other banished DDs, that is really good, in my personal opinion. And then, oh my god, somebody we haven't seen on a card art in forever. And oh my god, I didn't notice him earlier, but that's Pitch Dark Dragon right there. Okay, Pitch Dark Dragon and god dang it, what is he called? The Dark Knight. I almost called him Buster Blader. I cannot remember what his name is. He's got like he's a level 4 Dark Knight looking thing. 1800 attack, normal monster. I can't remember, but it's the guy that this thing equips onto. He and this guy right here are 2 of my favorite cards from whenever I was little because I had them, and I just really always liked the artwork, and I hate myself for not being able to remember the name. I know I have the card, I just haven't looked at it in like forever. You also see somebody over here, I don't know, but this is definitely King of Yamakai, which, do we even have him in TCG? I really don't think we do. So, Dark Contractor to Yami Makai, which is just freaking awesome, by the way. You can only use the first effect of Dark Contract with it once per turn. Select and activate one of the following effects. Target 1 DD Pendulum monster in graveyard, place it in your Pendulum zones, well, in one of them. Place 1 DD face-up monster, Pendulum monster face-up in your extra deck in one of your Pendulum zones. During your standby phase, you take 1,000 damage. So, this is really, really good. I like this so much. And again, this is another case with the deck where they have so many good cards that I want to put into the deck, and it's so hard to keep it at 40 or close to it. Like at this rate, I'm gonna have it at like a 55 card deck, and I do not want to do that. So now then, that's all the stuff for Shining Victories. I can't wait for that set now. And oh my god, the card that I have been wanting ever since we got Sphere Mode, and I was like, okay, can we get Phoenix Form now? We are getting Phoenix Form, and I am so happy. Look at that card art, it looks amazing. 4K by 4K, level 10, Divine Beast, Divine Attribute, 4,000. Oh my god. I absolutely... Sorry, Green Dragon of Ra, he's like my second favorite Egyptian god card. My first favorite is Slifer the Sky Dragon, but I still absolutely love the Winged Dragon of Ra. And I've always kind of hated it how Konami has given him the shaft with his effect and everything. He was amazing in the anime. However, in real life, he's never been all that great. So the fact that they're giving him all these other things and more support and trying to kind of make up for it, I am really happy about. And this guy really helps the deck, not just a card, but now a full deck that you can make with Winged Dragon of Ra and stuff that I really want to build because I'm already thinking about this. You know, let's get on to the actual card before I continue with this mini rant. Okay, so he's the Winged Dragon of Ra, God Phoenix. Obviously, it's just going to be called like Phoenix Form or something over here. They're not going to put God in the name. Although they have put Goddess, and they did refer to him as the Egyptian God cards in the anime, but hey, whatever. Anyways, so Divine Attribute, Divine Beast, level 10, 4K by 4K. Cannot be normal summoned or set. Must be special summoned by its own effects and cannot be special summoned by other card effects. If this card is in your graveyard, when the Winged Dragon of Ra is sent from the field to the graveyard, special summon this card from the graveyard. Cards and effects cannot be activated in response to this activation. This card is unaffected by other card effects. You can pay 1,000 life points, send one monster on the field to the graveyard. During the end phase, send this card to the graveyard, and if you do, special summon one Winged Dragon of Ra Sphere Mode from your hand, deck, or graveyard, ignoring its summoning conditions. Okay, so, if Winged Dragon of Ra, the original Winged Dragon of Ra, dies in any way, goes to the graveyard anyway, from the field, you can special summon this thing from your graveyard. That's 4K by 4K. unaffected by everything else. And you can pay 1,000 life points as many times as you want per turn, and just wipe out your opponent's monster zone. And then he can attack directly for 4k damage. Your opponent can't do crap about it because, oh, hey, he's unaffected by everything. And then during the end phase, he goes back to the graveyard, and out comes Sphere Mode, ready for you to summon out Winged Dragon of Ra from your deck. I can't remember exactly where Sphere Mode summons everything Winged Dragon of Ra from. Basically, this allows you to just constantly keep that cycle of this is so cool. Okay, I was gonna like make an allusion to like, oh, it's a cycle of death and rebirth because you know it's a phoenix, which is really just cool. And like everything about this is awesome. And it's my only gripe is that it goes to the graveyard at the end of the turn. But that's referencing how in the anime Winged Dragon of Ra, Monster Reborn only affected it for a turn, and since it only affected it for a turn, it'd go to the graveyard at the end of the turn. So that's what it's referencing. Now, I like it how they tried to make it good, like broken, but however also tried to offset the brokenness. Okay, now in the anime, it had all of these, plus also it could attack all monsters your opponent controls, and then attack one more time directly. And actually, standard regular Winged Dragon of Ra did not have the point-to-point transfer. This guy did. So they did obviously change around the effects quite a bit. Also, this guy does have to be in your graveyard, so you have to get him in the graveyard ASAP if you want to be able to use him, which is a bit annoying because, oh, hey, I dumped him in the graveyard. Okay, my opponent goes into Rhapsody and Berserk banishes it. So obviously you are going to want to play more than one. Sadly, you can only summon one because cards and effects cannot be activated in response, so you can't summon multiples off of one Winged Dragon of Ra being killed, unless there's going to be a weird rolling on that. But still, this card looks amazing. The effect is amazing. I cannot wait to try and build a Ra deck. So now we got Holding Legs and Holding Arms. It's about time we get these cards, although they are terrible. Okay, so Holding Legs. Level 4 Fiend type monster, effect monster. When this card is summoned, return all set spell and trap cards to the hand. Okay, I'll be honest, the giant turning effect for this guy is not that bad. But however, he's a level 4 with 800 attack and 600 defense. He's not going to last on the field for very long. You can banish this card from your graveyard to target one set spell or trap card your opponent controls. And that card cannot be activated until the end of your opponent's next turn. That is actually not that bad, really. But, however, it's still not that great. I mean, really, if the stats was better, he'd be a lot better of a card. Same thing with Holding Arms over here. When this card is normal summon or special summon, target one face-up monster your opponent controls while this card is face-up on the field. That face-up target cannot attack and activate its effects. While this monster targeted by this card's effect is face-up on the field, this card cannot be stored by battle or card effects. Okay, so maybe I was kind of harping on them too much, but he's not bad, but he's not good either. I mean, yeah, sure, you can just stop an opponent's monster from attacking or activating his effects, but however, he's still got terrible stats. More than likely, you're going to be normal summoning him. It's going to be kind of a challenge to special summon him, and really, you're going to basically just wall up, and that's really nothing special. I mean, your opponent can still go into Castell or something and get rid of him. And it's just, even though they're trying to adjust for power creep, it's still not very good. Now, if we do get to level, I think it's 5 or 6, I can't remember. Oh wait, no, I think it is level 4. There's another monster in the anime that could only be summoned while you had Holding Arms and Holding Legs out. I can't remember exactly what it did off the top of my head. I just remember it had something stupid as its effect, and it was just really good. So, I don't know if we're going to be getting that guy or not. I hope we do, since we are getting these. So, hey, we'll be able to finally build that Merrick deck, although Macuria is still banned, so, oh well. So, now then, this card, True Name. I don't think this was in the anime. I think this is referencing when Yami Yugi learned his real name, which is a Tem. Which is just really cool. And I'd actually be very interested to see if the hieroglyphics here actually spell out a 10. Okay, so you can only activate one true name once per turn. Declare a card name. Excavate the top card of your deck, and if you do, if it is the card you named, add it to your hand. Then you can add to your hand or spell summon one divine monster from your deck. If it is not the card you named, send the excavated card to the graveyard. So you have to declare a card name. Excavate the top of your deck. If that is the card that you declared, it goes to your hand. And then you can either add to your hand a divine monster, so one of the Egyptian god cards, or any of the different forms of Ra. But however, you only get that if you excavated the correct card. If you mill off a different card, it goes to the graveyard. This card is really good, but you're gonna have to really build a deck around it. And honestly, the easiest way that I can see this like being used effectively is by using it in combination with two other cards. Well, one of two other cards. Spellbook Organization, which is a quick play. You reveal the top three cards of sorry, no, you don't reveal. You look at the top three cards of your deck and then put them back in any order. Or you can use Convulsions of Nature. I think that's what the card is called, where basically everybody's deck is flipped face up, and you play with your cards face up. Like your deck, you literally just take your deck and flip it face up. So you play with your so now the bottom of your deck is now the top of your deck, and the top of your deck is now the bottom of the deck, and you play it with the card pictures face up, so you can actually see what card you're going to get next. So that's really the only two ways I can think of that you can actually use this card to its fullest potential with minimum risk versus reward. That being said, I still want to try it out in a deck. Actually, that's because of this card and all the new god support that I want to make a deck around in the Egyptian god cards. So we're getting some previews for the movie cards that we're going to get to learn about. So when the movie comes out, for each week it plays in theaters, we're going to get a different promo card for us to see, and each of these cards are going to be in the movie. So the first one is Gandora X, the Dragon of Destruction. So we're getting a new version of Gandora. Now Gandora, he's an okay card. I hate it how he just kind of says screw everything else whenever he hits the field. But however, my biggest problem with him is that he goes away at the end of the turn. So hopefully this Gandora will be a lot better. He looks really freaking cool though. The second is Lord Gaia, the Fierce Knight. The third is Lemon Magician Girl. Yeah, guys, if you didn't know, there's going to be two more magicians. There's going to be Lemon and Apple Magician Girl. I really hope they do something for Dark Magician. Like, for support wise, I hope that we get to see them be I don't know, tribute this card, special in Dark Magician or Dark Magician Girl from your deck or hand or graveyard. That'd be really cool. I kind of doubt it though. Now the fourth card is going to be a secret. I have a feeling that is going to be like a Dark Magician, or like a revamp of Dark Magician or something. But however, still, these cards look really cool. I can't wait to get my hands on them if we ever do get them. The Gaia especially, he looks like he's riding a upgraded version of Curse of Dragon or something. So who knows, maybe we'll see an upgraded version of Curse of Dragon one day. So just some new card sleeves coming out, and more Blue Eye stuff, and this is something that I've been wanting ever since I was a kid. Okay, so as I said, I'm a huge fan of Blue Eyes, and whenever I saw that Cyber Dragon had a two-headed version of him and a three-headed version of him, whenever I was a kid, I always thought, hey, why doesn't Blue Eyes have a two-headed version? And I've been wanting a two-headed version of Blue Eyes for years now, and we are finally getting it. And it's freaking awesome. And I honestly thought whenever we finally would, it just have no effect, kind of like Blue Eyes Ultimate. But no, it has an effect, and it's really, really good. So it's a level 10, 3000 by 2500, so it has the same stats as Blue Eyes. I kind of wish they would have bumped it up just a bit, but however, he still makes up for it. So this card cannot be special, it's by Fusion Summon, and the following method. Okay, so you can either go for Poly, or you can use the following method, kind of like with Beast Ties. So you can use Poly, or whatever other way to Fusion Summon, or you can send the fusion materials you control into monster zones to the graveyard and special this card from the extra deck. That is your two ways of doing it. That's the only way you can bring them out, and that's it. So this card cannot be destroyed by battle. 3k beat stick, that's okay. This card can attack twice during each battle phase. That right there I absolutely love, especially since Obviously, they're trying to make a little reference to Cyber or Twin Dragon. If this card did not destroy an opponent's monster in battle, at the end of the damage step, banish that monster. So you can attack this thing into a Beals, and nothing will happen because they have the same stats. And then your opponent's Beals will get banished. That is really, really good. And this thing is just really good in general. I kind of wish it had a way to get back to 2 blue eyes so you could go into ultimate. But however, still, this thing is really, really good. And honestly, I hope we get to see an upgraded version of Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon, because while Blue Eyes Ultimate is still a really cool freaking monster, and he's got, 4,500 attack and stuff, he has no effect. Okay, granted with 4,500 attack, you really should not need an effect. But however, I still feel like Blue Eyes Ultimate, it really does need something. I mean, honestly, most Blue Eyes decks don't even play 3 Blue Eyes to go into them, which I think is blasphemy. But however, that's just me. So I'm really excited for this card, and wow, we are at 30 minutes. So guys, I'm going to break this up into 2 parts. This is all the feed jump stuff for Shining Victories, and actually, no, wait, I'm not going to break this up into 2 parts, because there's really not many cards to talk about in this next one. First refreshing it, see if we have any more translations, and nope. Okay, so we're getting, these are the next, so these are 3 cards in the next premium pack. I don't think that this is all that's going to be in the premium pack, but however, this is 3 cards that are going to be in the premium pack. This is over here is Agmar, the Demon Monarch. We kind of have a little bit of his effect. It's not confirmed though. He's got an attack of 2,400, defense of 1,000. I'm not surprised at all. He's a dark level 6 speed type effect monster. When he is tribute summoned, you can banish a spell card from your graveyard, add 1 spell of the same name as that banish card from your deck to your hand. Oh my god, come on, Konami, stop making monarchs broken. Okay, so with this effect, I can now banish the Monarch Search card and add another copy of it and then start searching. Or the Monarch Draw card and then add another copy of it and then start drawing. This is a really, really good card. Now, this guy over here is, oh god, I'm going to butcher this so bad. Otimido Bespoken, the Ultimate Legendary God. He's basically an upgraded version of Ultimaya. So we do have some of his effect translated, but for some reason it's not on the YGO org page. So let's go ahead and take a look at him. Cannot be synchro summon, must be special summon from your action deck by sending the two level question mark or higher. I'm going to take a wild guess and say 5 or higher monsters you control with the same level to the graveyard. 1 tuner plus 1 or more. Sorry, 1 tuner plus 1 non-tuner. Cannot be special from other ways. Cannot be destroyed by battle. This card gains 1,000 attack for each monster on the field. Once per turn during your player's something phase, I'm going to take a wild guess and say end phase. You can special summon as many Uchatsumi tokens, Fiend type, Dark, level 1, attack 0, defense 0, as possible to each player's field in defense position, but this card cannot attack this turn. So, okay, you know what, since it says this card cannot attack this turn, I'm going to take a wild guess and say, nah, it's the main phase, not the end phase. So, this thing is supposed to be an upgraded version of Ultimate Tzolk'in, which, he's completely different from Ultimaya, and his effect, while is similar in that he special summons stuff and he can't be destroyed in battle, honestly, I still prefer Ultimaya, but however, this guy I can see definitely being a really powerful monster. He's cool and all, but however, I really do just prefer Ultimaya over this guy. So, yeah, just more sleeves. And then we get this. This is the... So, now, if you guys don't remember, there was a... they showed off, like, the new designs for Blue Eyes and Dark Magician in the new movie. They showed some pictures of them. This is the new Blue Eyes. It's not just a new design, it's a new monster entirely. Which is interesting to say the least. So he is Blue Eyes Alternative White Dragon. I really feel like I really feel like the name could have been different, or better at least. But however, he is basically an alternative to Blue Eyes White Dragon. Light level 8 dragon special summon monster. Interesting way to say that. Also, I noticed that the card border around here is it spare? Does it look different? Cannot be normal summon or set. Must be first special summon from your hand by revealing 1 Blue Eyes White Dragon in your hand to your opponent. You can only special summon Blue Eyes Alternative White Dragon once per turn this way. This card's name is treated as Blue Eyes White Dragon while on the field or in the graveyard. Once per turn, you can target 1 monster your opponent controls destroyed. This card cannot attack the turn you activate this effect. He's okay. He's not amazing. He's not great. He's okay. Um, sure, you got to reveal Blue Eyes to summon him, but that's the only way to summon him from your hand. And if you like ditch him with trading or something, you can't bring him back because he must first be summoned from your hand. Now, granted, if he is summoned from your hand first and then he gets like torrentialed or something, then yeah, sure, you can bring him back. But however, you must first be summoned from the hand, and in order to do that, you must reveal Blue Eyes, which you're not always going to have this guy and Blue Eyes in your hand unless they get a search card for any Blue Eyes card. Granted, though, there is ways to get them. There's Melody of Awakening Dragon and stuff. But however, generally speaking, he's just okay. He's better than Blue Eyes, obviously, because he has an effect and he can pop a monster. But he's just okay. He's not amazing. I think I'd maybe play one or two of them in this deck. In the deck, I don't know. I'd have to test it out, and I gotta wait until any of the various different simulators update with the new cards in order to test them out. That being said, though, I do like the artwork. He looks amazing. It's supposed to be like a Kaiba Corp rarity. I highly doubt we're going to get that rarity over here, but I hope we do. Some new things about the movie. Aigami, a mysterious youth who holds the keys to the movie's story. He appears before Yu-Gi-Oh! With an unknown purpose. Interesting. Sarah, a young girl connected to Aigami and his friends. She asks Yu-Gi-Oh! For help, apparently. I think this is just Blue Eyes' alternative dragon down here. And then, oh my god, you can dress up your little kitty as Dark Magician in Monster Hunter. I love Monster Hunter and all, but I don't know what the heck they're going with here. Some other stuff here. There's going to be a Millennium puzzle on Exhibit, like an actual recreation of it, but you cannot buy it, which is annoying because I'd love to have my own Millennium puzzle. And then some Arc Fee news. The next big duel in the tournament is going to be Yugo versus Serena. I think it's pretty easy to just go ahead and say that yes, that Yugo is going to win. I think it's kind of obvious because they're going to want to have Yugo go against Yuya. I'm going to say Yusei. That being said, though, I can't wait for this duel. I am going to talk about the newest arc. Well, I haven't talked about any of the Arc Fee episodes in a while. I'm going to do that on probably Friday. So, guys, that's really all I have for you. Oh yeah, and I forgot. The other card that they announced is number 77 to 7 cents. Now, we don't even have a translation for or any kind of like attempt at partially translating this thing's effect. But, however, we can take a look at the manga effect and kind of get a guess for what it did in the manga. In the manga, it obviously has a number of effects, so we're going to skip that. Once per turn, you can detach one Xyz material from this card, destroy all monsters your opponent controls, and attach all monsters destroyed to this by this effect to this card as Xyz material as possible. If this face-up card would be banished, you can just detach one Xyz material from this card instead. He had 4,000 attack as a rank 12. Honestly, if he just had this effect and you had to use 2 or so rank 12s to go into him, I think the guy in the manga actually used a rank up to go into him. He'd be okay. You wouldn't see it because you have to go into a rank up, and no meta player, well, no self-respecting meta player would play rank ups. But however, with all that being said, seriously though, if he had this exact effect, aside from the obvious number thing, he'd be okay. Now, granted though, the Konami lately has been buffing manga and anime cards, so I have a feeling that he is going to get buffed. But however, I also have a feeling that they're going to change up what his effect is by just a little bit. He's probably only going to destroy face-up monsters, and I doubt it's just going to say if he would be banished. It's probably going to be something like if it would be destroyed or something. So, that's everything, guys. Oh, my head hurts from talking for this long. It's been 40 minutes, just about. So, guys, thank you all for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. Tell me what you think about all these new cards. I can't wait to play the new Blue Eyes and the new Winged Dragon of Ra. I really want to make an Egyptian God card deck now. So, guys, thank you all for watching. Have a great day. Tell me what you guys think about these new cards, and peace out.